Hey, what up, folks? Welcome to another Midday Refresh. I'm your host and brother, Pastor Derek Porter, and I am so grateful to be with you once again. And I commend you, as always, for taking the time to tap into this wellspring of information and inspiration that you can use to level up your influence, to be the game changer, the difference maker, the light bearer, the life preserver you were intended to be wherever you are. So I commend you for being here this day, tapping in however it is that you're tapping in, whether it's live or later. I commend you, and I pray that what God intended in this moment when he created us, when he had this moment in mind, I pray that it will produce the fruit that God had in mind through your life, through your impact, through your effort, and through your compassion and concern for the world. So today I want to talk a little bit about pursuing purpose, living significance, and making a difference, and doing it with grace and truth. And I truly believe that these are powerful sort of perspectives. These are something to think about today when we were here. And it's important. And it's, as we look in this life, it's that we ought to be pursuing purpose, that we ought to be living a life of significance and making a difference, right? Making a difference and doing it with grace and truth. So important, right? There's a story about a young man who was on a train, and an older man watched him sketching the sunset and asked him why he was so engrossed with what he was doing, sketching this sunset as the train was moving. And the young man said, "This moment right now has a purpose. I'm capturing it because it reminds me why I'm here." Wow, that's profound, isn't it? And it brings me to, again, what my task is today. And that is understanding how pursuing purpose, living significance, and making a difference with grace and truth is so important. So this moment has a purpose. Right now, this moment has a purpose. And we ought to be pursuing purpose, because the heartbeat of our existence is found when we discover our why. And sometimes it takes some of us longer than others to figure out that why. Understanding our purpose isn't just about what we do, but about who we become in the process. And like that young artist, each of us has a unique perspective, a unique calling. But how do we find it? And it may start, not may, but it starts with seeking and asking and knocking. Like it's inquiry, right? You got to have a desire. And I pray that God, no matter how young or old you are, that will be activated in you, that inquiry, that curiosity to know your why. And as we draw closer to our God and Creator, we often find our purpose is intertwined with God's heart for us and for the world. Not only does God love us, but God has a wonderful plan for us. He wants to do something wonderful, something amazing, something extraordinary with our lives. Wow. And as we pursue purpose, we're pursuing purpose with the hope that we're living significance, and we're living significantly. Living a life of significance isn't about or just about being known. I think that living significance is about knowing and impacting others, seeing you. I see you, I understand, I know, I realize, I sense your need, and I'm going to give what I can to meet that need, impacting others. It's Moses parting the Red Sea for the children of Israel to go forward. It's also the quiet prayers of a mother for her child to succeed in life. And whether in the limelight or behind the scenes, significance is found in the depth of our relationships, in the love we give, and in the lives that we touch with our lives. And we do all of that for what reason? To make a difference. To make a difference, to have an impact. every one of us, including you, including me, us, we have the power to create a ripple effect. It can be a kind word, a selfless act, even a simple smile, like I'm doing right now. These are simple seeds of change, right? Very basic seeds of change. But we need to remember, it's not always about the grand gestures, but about the consistent, small acts of kindness and how they can accumulate and move mountains. And it's not just what we do, but it's also important how we do it. How do we achieve all of this? How do we make the difference? How should we pursue purpose? How should we live our significance? Well, in grace and in truth. Grace. Imagine a world where when we stumbled, we were met with understanding and not ridicule, not scorn. Where our successes were celebrated with humility and not with some sort of grandiose sense of pride, right? That's grace. Grace is about giving ourselves and others the room to be human, where we can all just grow and flourish at our own pace, with our ups and our downs taken as they should, part of our process. And then when we have grace, we also have to have a partner that balances it out, truth. As we bask in grace, let's not forget the compass of truth, staying true to who we are and staying true to our convictions and being authentic in our journey. That's what truth is, right? So remember that young artist on the train, and let's live with that kind of intention where we intertwine purpose, significance, grace, and truth. And when we do that, what a beautiful tapestry of life we weave. So let's go out there as we're anchored in our purpose, as we seek to spread significance, and as we look to make a difference, all with the heart of grace and truth. And I believe that God can use our lives, use me and you, to be a blessing to others. Not just what we do, but how we do it. So go in love, go in peace, go in joy, and let God get some glory out of your amazing life. I believe in you, but more importantly, God believes in you. And I can't wait to see the goal that you're going to become when God is finished with you.